Viewers, how are you today? Well, your host Kyo is fine as usual. Just logging through today, as I just made the earlier announcement of how that we'll be doing a DDD. Well, not DDD. Oh God. We'll be running Dream Drop Distance. Not Dream Drop Distance, KH3. Possibly sometime next week. That won't be called the Torment Run. That'll be just be Premiere Run, or I've got to discuss Grand Premiere, or maybe something involving DDD. By the way, this video is basically going to be how the other ones were. Basically a strict analysis, in a way, of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Dream Drop Distance and how it used its time travel, and how Sora got his character development. I've explained several times Sora's an idiot. Believe it or not, by the end of this game, he actually becomes a fairly decent person. Alright, theater. Destiny Isles is important. I believe this is the one. Oh yes, this is also...
Hey! Is this how you wanted it?
Remember this?
Xehanort! You want to fill me in?
I am.
Hey! Do you remember now, or... Wait. Did you never lose your memory?
That's not my name. I'm not Xehanort.
What?
Blue Eye. It is theorized
My name
that the Master
is
Masters
Ansem.
is Sora. And also, it is never really explained, gosh, why Xehanort took up the name Ansem. That's never really explained.
But how far could a raft take us?
Oh, shut it.
Who knows?
And
If we have
look
to,
so stupid it is, this
We'll
design.
think of something else.
I'm so glad they got rid of these designs so quick. Also, Sigil.
Riku, a storm's coming.
I know. The waves are getting steep. Furl the sail.
Right. Riku!
I'm fine. What's that?
Oh, he was right. Those wretched guppies are here. Well, it's
Why
about
she showed
time
up's not really
we
explained
settled
either.
the
It's a dream.
score.
We use
Ursula,
dream logic in
what
Dream
hell-
Drop Distance.
Is this the test?
Come on. You can work it out later.
All right.
Sorry, dearies, but I won't fall for that trick.
I don't even think she was resurrected. It's a memory. Come on, I know you're in here. I didn't just the scene that it happens on, but this specific scene's important to explain how the inception happened. Come on. And one place they pop up is Traverse Town. That's where they always pop up. For some reason, Sora's like big attractions, Traverse Town. Never really understood that fact, but okay. It was in this moment that Sora's dream began, practically. Remember him?
This world has been connected.
From way back in KH1, this world has been connected, tied to the darkness, soon to be completely eclipsed. There's so very much to learn. You understand so little. A meaningless effort. One who knows nothing can understand nothing. That was basically almost word for word quote of what he Ansem said, or Xehanort Ansem said to Sora. This should be the scene.
You haven't forgotten.
Oh, this is a big factor too.
What?
You made us a promise
Dust, if you watch the movie,
did?
this scene has a ton of impact.
that you'd always be there to bring us back.
Yeah.
Got it memorized?
Best friends forever.
Now, I believe there were a lot of things mistranslated, maybe during translation of this game. I'm not entirely sure, but that was a scene that took place, I think, in right after that, Lee or Axel awakens, where he became a nobody originally
What happened to me?
in the underground laboratory and
Francis.
Radiant Dawn.
That's me.
He has been fully reconstituted because his Heartless has been killed,
Dylan.
and his Nobody form is now gone.
Alias. Heaven. Yenzo.
And he doesn't have his tattoos.
We're people again. But only the ones who joined the organization here. I guess Xehanort doesn't count. But where are Braig and... Isa?
Isa is Saix's real name, because acronyms. See how LEA, that's Axel's real name, Lee. Well, you put X in there and you put it between the AXEL and you get Axel. We all, for many people, we could not figure out what theorists could not figure out what Axel's Saix's real name was. Well, some people thought it was Sai, or who would guess Isa. Also, this is a key important scene. This was mainly rehashing most of the Quasimodo arc, the movie. I'm only selecting the important ones that are very relevant to the nobodies.
Quasimodo, you can't let your heart be...
I know. I can't blame Frollo for putting walls around me. It wasn't the walls that were holding me back. But my heart is free now. I'm ready to really see what's out there.
All that time, Quasimodo let himself be trapped inside the nightmares Frollo gave him.
This coming line is also
Hypocrite. You are
interesting.
the one who has made your heart a prison.
You again! What are you talking about?
Even if you are not the prisoner.
Huh?
There was Vanitas next to young Xehanort, who said, even if you are not the prisoner. And
My heart's a prison?
yeah. Remember I explained in, I think, the theory of the box thing, how Sora's kept Kairi's heart safe and kind of like a box that can kind of be considered a prison. A terrible price. There goes Pinocchio, the imposter. Here's a second thing. This is Xemnas. Xemnas we see here is the Xemnas that happened before KH2 was defeated.
Xemnas? This isn't possible!
My. A hollow puppet that's managed to grow a heart. Just imagine that.
Pinocchio isn't anything like you nobodies. But if Pinocchio could be given one, shouldn't you be able to have a heart inside you too?
Ding ding ding.
Maybe so. However, do not forget that you yourself are not so very different from us.
How am I anything like a nobody? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, Sawyer, you're an anomaly. You are an equation that was not fit into... Oh, God. Sora is literally a equation that was not meant to be in Xehanort's master plan. That's basically it in a nutshell. Xemnas throughout, and the sleeping worlds are worlds that I believe are sleeping still, and to go to sleeping worlds you traverse yourself, you immerse yourself into the dark realm. Not entirely familiar with the darkness, all I know is Sora, the further he goes into the sleeping worlds, the further you sink into darkness. So you're basically exposing yourself to a lot of darkness, and only those garments protect them.
You sure we'll find Tron's source code here?
I'm also going to explain
It's
a
not
little
here.
something in a second.
Maybe Clue has it with him. Sora, let's look elsewhere.
All right. Huh? Oh. Wait, Cora. Let me talk to Rinsler. A little heart-to-heart might jog his memory.
He's a program, Sora. Programs don't have hearts.
That's not true. The Tron I remember, he had something. Hey, you used to be called Tron, right? Clue did something to you to mess with your memory. You're a little confused, but that's okay. Come on, remember, Tron.
I don't think Rinsler is quite the friend you remember.
He just needs time, that's all. Cora! Tron, don't!
Remember, a program, data.
Tron, why?
That's what we do. Put the most precious memories in the back of our minds where they're safe. Or in your case, the most precious hearts?
you again!
The memory and heart are tightly linked.
Samnus!
Rub a few memories together, and you get a spark of emotion, a feeling. But in a digital world, memory does not work like that. Nothing is ever felt. You can hold 1,000, 1,000,000 times the information, but there is still no heart with which to parse it. Once, my master Ansem found an old system and made a copy of its master control program, and used it to serve his own ends.
Remember KH2?
This is the original data of that system. Here, data can be copied. Memory can be changed and easily manipulated. Tron is a digital entity, so why would he be any different? He obeys the rules of this world. Sora, what about you?
Me?
Your heart, memories, your data, and your dreams. The bits and bytes that have made up your life so far. Can you say for sure they are not just copies of someone else's?
Yes! My memories and feelings belong to me!
You had better check. Make certain the box's contents match what's on the label. Since you have been chosen.
Chosen for what?
You think this is the realm of dreams, but there you are mistaken. Data does not dream, cannot dream. This world is real. You haven't the slightest idea where you are, that you have already wandered off the path.
What do you mean?
See, so if you had a brain, Sora, you would have figured out the way they've been wording it. It's not that simple to say, you think this is the world of dreams. You've already raved off path. You should have realized, because you have like 2 other worlds you go to besides this, that this is no longer the exam that you were taking, because this whole thing is to prove their Mark of Mastery exam. Ha ha ha, how that turns out. I still curse you, Yensid. I really do. Yensid will never be forgiven. No, they don't show up in that either, and they don't show up in that either. At least I don't believe they did. Nope. That's the last you see of those 2. But okay, you're probably wondering, well, this is Dream Drop Distance. Why are you playing as Kid Sora and Riku Sora? You're not. Sora and them have their physical bodies in their corporeal plane. This is the dream realm. In a dream, you perceive things differently. So, at the beginning of the exam, we were already plunged into the dark realms that were in control of the organization. Basically, you saw the dude in the robe dude. The reason why Sora and Riku look the way they do is because Riku is Sora's nightmare, which is he is consuming the nightmares of the darkness that is plaguing him to prevent him from basically being consumed by the darkness that is just swamping this world, or these worlds. Organization Red 13 had derailed him through there. They'll go on and explain this info dump in a minute. They'll give you the Dumbledore section. But here, this whole sequence here is where Sora he finally realizes all those flaws that I was ranting and raving about in Kingdom Hearts 2 Torment run, which are justified, mind you. This whole sequence here explains it all. I'll pause in certain segments. But and another thing which you're probably wondering is what did Xemnas, I mean not Xemnas, yeah, mean hearts, you know, your memories and stuff be altered and how they could not be your own? Well, that's a story in itself. Remember, right at this point in time, Sora's heart contains Roxas, Roxas, Xions, and Bentises. He has 3 hearts sleeping within his chest. Do not ask me what's going to happen in KH3, because I will rip that scene apart involving KH3. We will get there, but at this moment in time, and when this was written, they're basically implying maybe Roxas, Xion, or Ventus are influencing you, Sora, to a degree. It's also worth noting the dream realms are very easily manipulatable. It's a dream logic.
Wait, isn't this? Is the organization's world sleeping too? No, it can't be. I know I definitely found the 7 keyholes already. So I've got to be awake again, and in the real world. But why here?
Aw, what's the matter, sleepyhead?
Who's there? Show yourself!
We jumped through a lot of hoops to get you here. But it looks as if it's gonna pay off.
Hello, Lushu. Or Luxu. Or is it Lushu?
You're part of this?
Hey, let's hit these plot points in order. Sora, Roxas. First, you must be wondering about your revised itinerary. Why am I here, not back home? The answer's simple. We brought you to this place, hijacked your little slumber party before it started, and ever since we've been both your companions and your constant guides.
Before it started? Oh, the man in the robe! And so that guy in the black coat! And Xemnas!
Bingo! You were able to go back in time to just before your home became a sleeping world, only because a past version of you already existed there. And I can see, in the past, you already met Mr. Robe Guy. Yep, he was there then to make sure you ended up here now.
That's ridiculous!
It sure is. It's too perfect. Who'd ever believe it? Which is why you idiots never saw it coming. You thought you were off doing some kind of test, right? We'll test this. How come you're wearing the same clothes if you're already back home? You are not gonna wake up, okay? Look, there's no real versus dreams anymore. There's just you, us, and this.
I see. Fair enough. So what? At least I know who to blame for it.
Ooh, I see you still got that angry look down. But here is where I tag out. I got just a few more hoops I gotta jump through.
Come with me.
What?
Pleasant dreams, kiddo.
Word of the wise, if you ever hold a 3DS, do not play this entire sequence. It's headache-inducing on a 3DS, on 3D mode.
Yes. This was where it started. At this point,
I have to
still had no
grab
idea
something real quick.
that I
I'll be
was
right
talking
back.
to myself. He cast away his bodily form just to set me on the appointed path.
Pay attention closely. This is
What do
how
you
time
mean?
travel is explained.
That is Xehanort, reduced to just a heart. The being you and your friends called Ansem.
Whoa! Him. Is that?
Yes. The point in time that Zigbar mentioned.
Me. Right before my world was swallowed by the darkness.
To move through time, you must leave your body behind. Ansem first sent me on my way, and then placed himself here when the time was right. That is what set all these events in motion.
What are you saying? That he knew everything that would happen?
No, not everything. But remember, Ansem possessed Riku and saw his experiences in real time.
So? That could only tell him so much. How did he know I would be here today?
Simple.
Kairi! Oh, ah! What is...
You've been here many times. Your first journey, your voyage through memories, in the datascape, in your dreams, relived again and again, like deja vu.
King Mickey? Oh. Donald! Goofy! Pluto! Huh? Am I back? Wait! Your Majesty! Donald! Goofy! Huh? Huh? Namine, is that you? Wait! Namine! I've got a message for you. I meant to tell you once this was all over. Huh? Who are you? Why am I... Well, hey, wait!
You gotta wake up!
Come on, wait up! Who are you? You're... Roxas! How can you be here? Am I dreaming? Come on, say something!
This could have been the other way around.
Huh?
But it really has to be you.
What do you mean?
There are so many hearts that are connected to yours. You're me, so you can feel what I felt.
No. Roxas, you're you. We're not the same. I wanted to tell you that. That you deserve as much as I do to be your own person.
Sora, see? That's why it has to be you.
Not again. Did they cause all this pain? What do you want me to see?
Sora, don't chase the dreams. They'll lead you nowhere. Just to an abyss you'll never be able to wake up from.
Riku! Kairi! I found you! Huh? Who?
Ven.
Ven.
Huh? Huh?
Wait, yeah. I didn't have my mic on, my bad. I meant to explain the sequence of events. What we basically have been seeing is an inception scene. Sora is running through the realms of dreams. Dreams, by their very nature, are morphometic. So, in a morphometics thing, look it up, it's an interpretive method. This makes the perfect spot for, especially in the world that never was, for him to maybe meet Naminé and Shion. Naminé, I have no clue, it's never really explained, but Shion would definitely you be able to meet. Remember, Shion had returned to Sora to become, for Sora to reawaken in 358 days. And due to the morphic nature of where Sora is at right now, it is very highly feasible. It is a very good chance for Roxas to physically manifest himself and fully to interact with Sora. Now, it is worth noting there's a very twofold tragic irony to that. Sora's seen a lot of bad things. Bad things have happened to Sora. I've pointed them out throughout KH1, KH2, what we saw KH2, and several other stuff. Lots of bad things have happened to Sora. He's seen a lot of bad things. But Roxas had a horrible life. All 358 days of it. /2. And what Roxas basically did in that moment was, it's basically Roxas is fully accepted and fully sublimed into Sora. And basically, for the first time, Sora has access to all of his Nobody's memories. Remember, when a Nobody's formed, they're your memories and body. Heartless, just the bestial, emotionally raw of the heart. So, now that his, nobody that became because when you're a nobody, you're basically, the form they are, the sentient ones, you're basically a blank slate. And yeah, Sora has now just received all that year of pain Roxas experience. His time bonding with Axel, the organization members that you saw in 358 Day movies, Shion, I'm not entirely sure if Shion is even mentioned or not, but he probably felt the pain of that. The pain of Roxas having to find out about Sora. The fact that Roxas had to forcefully be re-merged with Sora thanks to Diz's meddling, otherwise Ansem the Wise, and all that horrible things that happened to Roxas. Sora is now fully aware of it. And now fully realizes all those things he was saying to the nobodies, like, you're nobodies, you don't have any hearts, you don't have a heart, you don't possess emotions. They do. They grow to possess emotions. And one of the biggest rules that Organization 13 has, if you go on exploring in any other world, you are not allowed to make interactions with anybody. Roxas would break that rule a lot, and with whoever it was with, through minor interactions, not a lot. And by doing that, they grew a new heart. It is why nobody could cry, feel something. Why Roxas cries when Shion died, or cessated. All I gotta say is, yeah, you could say it was at that moment when Roxas fully saw that really broke Sora's mind. He's right now running on fumes and probably just raw anger, because he now realizes that all the nobodies he killed in KH2, Demyx and Psyx and all the other ones that you'll see Dust and any invaders they doing, those were people he killed. That was Venom, stuff like that. And he now is basically facing up to the actions and consequences of his actions. The realization is breaking him, and he crumbles.
Sora, don't! You've gotta wake up! Sora!
Oh, another thing. Riku is on the other side trying to wake Sora, who's still dreaming, because Riku is his nightmare to prevent him from being consumed there. He's trying to wake him up to bring him back to reality land. He's still in dreamland, Sora is. The irony of reality land, if people know me in IRL will get that. Well, God, I'm going to lose my voice just talking about deconstructing this. Well, Sora, one of the big things Sora's always been is he's been a wrench. He blindly rushes through and does whatever he's kind of told. Not, I jump how high, you ask how high, but he's a wrench in everybody's plan. He just bumbles leading forward and causes a mess, and wherever he goes is basically a bog-tat standard JRPG protagonist. He doesn't think that a mess falls in his wake. Well, and he's a constant wrench in anybody he meets plans. Well, here's the thing. Xehanort wanted this. A dull, ordinary boy, as he's so commonly called by Xehanort, old Xehanort. Yeah, Xehanort actually planned this for this excursion here. He was counting on the fact that Sora would be Sora and continue to blunder forward even if someone says no, which would let, even if Riku almost woke him up, by Sora's nature of being a bumbling tool, a wrench in people's plans, he would blunder forward and fall into the second trap. Because right now, he's in the first layer of their dreams that they've trapped him in. By blundering forward what he's doing now, he has officially fallen. The furthest you can fall, from what I understand, next to the world, wherever it was. There's Aqua. BBB. I mean, BBBS. Oh, and you remember how Sora asked young Xehanort how he knew he would be there? At Destiny Islands? That there's 2 children? Him falling to the next layer shows him that truth. Ansem knew he was there. Otherwise, Terranort, in other words. And now Sora is truly trapped.
Wasn't easy putting you into a second sleep, and he almost woke you up.
So then, all that stuff I just saw, did you put that in my head?
No. That wasn't stuff. It was a dream. The falling asleep part was definitely our bad. But we can't put stuff in your head. Hey, I got an idea. Ask your heart. See if it's got a clue.
Well, my heart was aching. That's why I kept going.
Oh, thank you, Sora's heart, for pushing him right into our clutches. Aren't hearts great? Steer us wrong every time.
You know, right? Because you all have hearts. Axel, and Roxas, and Naminé, and that other girl. I felt what Roxas felt. And they laughed together, got mad, and they grieved. You have to have a heart to cry.
It's about time you noticed.
Indeed. A heart is never lost for good. There may have been variances in our dispositions, but a number of us unquestionably showed signs of a burgeoning replacement. Once born, the heart can also be nurtured. Our experiments creating Heartless were attempts to control the mind and convince it to renounce its sense of self. But understand, one can banish the heart from the body, but the body will try to replace it the first chance it gets, for as many times as it takes. And so I knew even after we were divided into heartless and nobodies. It was just a temporary separation.
Why then? Why did you lie to them and tell them they had no hearts?
Xemnas and Xehanort formed the organization for a specific reason. Round up a bunch of empty husks, hook them up to Kingdom Hearts, then fill them all with the exact same heart and mind. Translation? They were gonna turn all the members into Xehanort.
Make more Xehanorts? You tricked your friends to... But you... Aren't you scared of just... turning into someone else?
Me? I'm already half Xehanort.
That's nuts!
However...
The eyes.
Weakness of body. Weakness of will. Or weakness of trust. Most of the original members we had chosen for the organization were inadequate. Thus, naturally, they never had a chance to attain their goal. Yet, even this was to be expected. We have learned of the heart's folly, and we have achieved our other goals. This last excursion has proven to be a worthy closing assignment for the organization.
Just stop it! You treat people's hearts like bottles on a shelf, but they're not! Hearts are made of the people we meet, and how we feel about them. They're what ties us together even when we're apart. They're what make me strong.
Duh. You're strong because of the ties you have with other people. As if the Keyblade would choose a wimp like you. But no, Paladin. We see much bigger and better things in your future. Once you side with us.
I know the Keyblade didn't choose me, and I don't care. I'm proud to be a small part of something bigger. The people it did choose. My friends. They are my power!
Those are just words. You've lost. Fine. See where your power gets you here. Xemnas! He's all yours!
You... again.
You just make it too easy. I know you think you've won, but you lost the moment you dived this far in. You're in the deepest pit of slumber, and you've worn yourself down to nothing. There's no returning to the world above.
What do you mean?
We told you. It was not the sleeping keyholes that guided you. They are not the reason you are here. You've been on a path, one we laid out for you. That sigil on your chest is the proof.
What?
See, that sigil, the X. It tells us where you are at all times. you had wondered aloud before why we kept showing up where you were. It's because we need you, Sora. Or, to be more precise, we need what will be left of you. The 13th Dark Vessel. Why was it assured you would come here today? Because I followed my destined path, and I'm here looking at you right now. You can move through time, but time itself is immovable. Today, all of my selves throughout time were meant to gather here, and to welcome you, Sora, as our 13th member. These facts cannot be changed.
What's gonna happen?
I have now told you all that I know. We are all here, and what the future holds in store is beyond my sight. I will return to my own time and grow into the man who becomes all these others. While I know this future now that I have lived it, returning to my own time will erase the memories and experiences I have gained here. Still, my appointed path is now etched in my heart, which will first lead me to seek the outside world.
Riku.
Your heart will sleep forever in the folds of darkness, and your body will be another vessel for me. So light gives way to darkness. Good night, Sora.
In a nutshell, that scene was Ventus, who's sleeping within Sora's heart, coming out to save Sora, because he's effectively now almost a nobody in a way. It's funny in a way. I'm not entirely sure. Sora is about his heart is about to be completely submerged in darkness and lost forever, just like Ventus was in BBS. Remember when his heart was fractured, and Sora's, who was just born heart, found Ventus and gave him protection and blah blah blah. Watch my DDD BB Birth by Sleep run. I explained it in 11 square detail. Basically, Ventus came there and encased him in his armor, which shields you from the darkness with the portals between that they were using to protect Sora's heart, which is being blind and just submerged in darkness all around him. Now, another thing I want you to pay attention to: the spreadsheet when Sora said, "My friends of my power," all those people there that you see, those are actually going to be the true Guardians of Light for the coming Keyblade War. World that never was. Nightmare. Dark sin. Strength to protect what matters. The real world. Alright, basically, through here, Riku comes here and he basically goes, follow Sora everywhere. And one of my friends who I have given the thing to can see the rest of it, but I want to just... This mainly is not only the time travel bits for you to interpret or make up time travel how you will, but this is also going to be the segment where basically you now know how this will be played in KH3.
Sora!
Hands off my new vessel.
Vessel?
Yes. We originally had our sights set on you. But you developed a certain resistance to darkness. So we did what the Keyblade did, and moved down the list. Roxas. Now there was a worthy candidate. But, unfortunately, he became too aware of himself, and returned to Sora. Organization 13's true goal is to divide Xehanort's heart among 13 vessels. Thanks to you and Sora, we learned not all our candidates were fit for the task, but we managed to make up the difference. And now, Sora, the 13th vessel, is within our grasp.
13 Xehanorts? What is...
The real Organization 13.
The organization?
I am Xehanort from the most distant past. My future self gave me a task. To visit the splintered versions of myself in many worlds, and ensure they gathered here today.
From the past?
There are restrictions to movement through time. First, you must leave your body behind to do it. Then, there must be a version of you waiting at the destination. Upon arrival, you can only move forward as per the laws of time. And you cannot rewrite the events that are destined to happen.
What have you done?
My most future self will arrive soon. Then, time for all of us will return to normal. And I will go back to my era to live the life fate has in store. He can vouch for that.
Stop!
I'm glad I'm not too late.
Mickey!
Just grab Sora so we can go. I can't stop them for long.
Okay. Mickey!
I said hands off!
How can you be moving?
Oh no. Are you?
Be gone!
Alright, besides young Xehanort telling Riku what Sora is going to be, you know, him being a 13 vessel, that's not bullcrap with how Mickey stopped everything, stopped time, with young Xehanort being able to move through it. he's already able to move through time by being a time traveler himself. He's explained this through the exposition, just put the pieces together. So him able to be, everyone else is stopped, but him. Here's the next important info. Oh wait, was this a cutscene that just led to the fight? Yeah, my bad. But yeah, he has the power over time. The young Xehanort does. Now, the 7 of Light and 13 of Darkness, this literally is basically what will lead into KH3.
Are you okay, Riku?
Yeah. Thanks, Mickey.
Master Xehanort! Huh? We were right about you!
All of this was decided.
Oh, Litter Nimoy.
My 12 selves would
rest in
welcome me
peace.
here on this day, when I would return a complete person. It is the future which lies beyond my sight.
Why are you doing this?
In ancient times, people believed that light was a gift from an unseen land by the name of Kingdom Hearts. But Kingdom Hearts was safeguarded by its counterpart, the Keyblade. Warriors vied for that precious light, thus beginning the Keyblade War. The violent clash shattered the Keyblade into 20 pieces. 7 of light and 13 of darkness. And the only real Kingdom Hearts was swallowed by the darkness, never to surface again. I once tried to create my own pure light and darkness to forge the Keyblade, but the attempt ended in failure. In my eagerness, I had lost sight of the correct way to achieve my goal. I acted rashly. I can admit that now.
What you did back then, your mistakes, changed the destinies of 3 of my friends.
I'm pausing for a second. Apart from wanting to rip Mickey a new one by saying, I don't think you should think of those 3 people whose lives were ruined as your friends, Mickey, because you're a horrible friend. Listen to Xehanort's lines that he's about to say right after, but destiny is never left to chance. Because he talks about destiny here.
But destiny is never left to chance. I merely guided them to their proper places. The broken boy who failed to be the blade, the misguided master who sacrificed herself for a friend, and the feckless youth who became my new vessel.
I couldn't find a way to save them. But I wanted to believe that their sacrifice stopped you for good. Why? How was I so blind? I should have seen it as soon as Maleficent started gathering the 7 princesses of heart.
Yes. They were all my doing. I used the evil fairy to find 7 pure lights for me. Just as I prepared 13 vessels to fill with pure darkness.
But you failed. Sora stopped you in your tracks on both counts.
Yes, he did. That dull, ordinary boy. A Keyblade wielder so unlike any I have ever seen. However, I have not abandoned my ambitions. The 7 Guardians of Light and the 13 Seekers of Darkness.
7 Guardians of Light? Well, for Keyblade wielders, there's me and Riku and Sora. And my 3 missing friends, that's 6. Then the 7th would be... Oh, that means the 13 Seekers of Darkness.
Yes, little king. Perceptive. But Sora and another on your list belong to me now. And that puts you 3 guardians short. But worry not. All of the pieces are destined to appear. Your 7 lights, just like my 13 darknesses, whose final clash will beget the prize I seek. The Keyblade! But first, the 13 darknesses shall be united. All the seats have been filled. And now, the last vessel shall bear my heart like the rest.
No! Sora!
No!
He made it!
You...
Axel!
Axel? Please. The name's Lee. Got it memorized?
You're not supposed to be here!
Promises to keep. I'll always be there to get my friends back. What? Bad timing? You had your perfect little script, but you kind of forgot to write the sequel. Now, let's find out what happens.
What now, you old coot? Our time is up!
Aiza.
Why are you here, Axel?
No, I told you my name's... Whatever. Axel. Fine. Now let's get out of here.
Right!
Were we supposed to do that?
I think so.
Goofy, Donald, you saved us!
We are out of time. Neither the union of light nor darkness has been achieved. We must all return whence we came. But the gathering of the 7 and 13 is nigh. Let us finish this at the fated place, once your lights and my darknesses have joined together.
Now you know what Xehanort's in-game goals and what the main battle of Dream Drop Distance will be about. If you want to view the actual ending to the game, go right ahead. I'm going to now show what I was avoiding when I did Fragmentary Passage. That one thing that I said, wait, this is a massive spoilers to upcoming Kingdom Hearts 3. So we're going to see this one specific scene, and then I'm going to cut it off. Because I think I've streamed this long enough. We now have the big picture of what endgame will be. Now, I will stream back cover later. Maybe this weekend. Back cover will be the final thing of the original Torment run that I have to cover. Because believe it or not, back cover will actually now play relevance into Remind because Master Masters is in it. If you want a more extensive look into my time travel, I have a much shorter vlog involving the Master of Masters and what is time travel, I believe. So, there's that. Well, it appears I can't show it because I'm going to get blocked. Thank you, Square Enix, for blocking me. Well, I've covered all that needs to be covered leading up to the KH3 premiere run that we'll have. Or I've got to come up with a name for when we stream something new, you know, for a run. But I will probably stream this back cover during the weekend and explain the lore behind this. Okay? Because believe it or not, MOM, otherwise MOM, Master, anagram for Master of Masters, plays a big factor into what will be KH3. Hope you've enjoyed my long spiel of this, the important parts of DDD. There are many better people who have covered Dream Drop Distance a lot better than I am. I'm very much amateurish when it comes to that. I would, shameless plug, I would look up a guy called Lore Runner. He does several lore runs of this series and covers it very well. I believe that should be it for all right now. Yeah. We will cover back cover probably this weekend. Yeah, more than likely the weekend or starting Friday, one or the other. So, there's that. I think I don't have anything else for you guys at all. Sorry to disappoint, but I just don't. I think I've covered all that needs to be covered for my runs, other than the fact of finishing KH2, which I feel a bit ashamed I didn't finish that. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. And recoded. But hey, the guy who requested has a copy of all these movie formats, so that should be fine. Until then, have a good day, good night. Leave thumbs up, thumbs down, whether you like the video or not. By the way, in case you don't know, the thumbs up leaves good motivation for me to continue these. Have fun. This is your host, Kyo-Uzuki, signing off. I will see you possibly on back cover.